Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about these apps track your driving habits and sell that information to insurance companies. So recently I got an email from one of my subscribers. BC, thank you so much for emailing me about this and making this video possible. Now we've already covered an article exactly about this already not too long ago, but this one is talking about some of the apps that even us drivers use to save money and write off certain expenses. So with that said, we are talking about everything that is being said in this email and in this article, how it actually is for gig workers, customers, and really everybody, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Auto insurance companies tracking you. Not sure if you read this, so I included the link. We know that Uber, Doordash, and track your driving habits. These other apps are really sneaky and may cause your insurance rate to go up. Yeah, we know that DoorDash and UberEats specifically are like that, but some of the ones that we're going to discuss here may throw you through a loop. Earlier this year, the New York Times dropped a bomb on drivers of connected vehicles. Manufacturers collect and sell their data to insurance companies, which use the information to set rates for individual drivers. Now, a new report shows this type of data collection is more ubiquitous than even the dystopian-minded privacy advocates might have realized. Actually, the last video was about that specifically. If you want to know more about that, I will leave it in the description. Feel free to check that out. Information about driving habits is also being collected by the apps that are only tangentially related to automobiles. You may have one installed on your phone. Examples include Life 360, My Radar, and Gas Buddy. They all have opt-in driving analysis features that rely on a sensor and motion data from the phone. The apps also offer insights into things like safety and fuel use. Many of these apps partner with a company called Artery, a data broker founded by Allstate. Life 360 is a family locator for iPhone and is a family social networking app founded in 2008. My Radar is a weather app, and Gas Buddy, something that I used for a period of time for getting cash back on gas, is another app that also does that, which is crazy if you think about it, because out of the three of them, only one of them is really a driving app. And Gas Buddy is loosely a driving app, where the others are just completely not a driving app. Artery uses data it collects to create driving scores and then sells them to auto insurance companies, which use the data to set rates for drivers using the apps. Artery claims it has over 40 million active connections to US drivers who have opted into sharing their driving data through consumer mobile apps, in-car devices, and connected cars. So if you have the Gas Buddy app and you got that through Grubhub or something to that effect, that may be the reason your car insurance jumped up. But that's seriously nuts. Like, I have to uninstall an app that is supposed to give me cash back, but it's only going to cost me more in the long run. While users must consent to the data collection, the request for data is often hidden in boilerplate contract language that most smartphone users don't read. The apps also make it difficult to see the app's opt-in process. For example, Gas Buddy has a feature that rates the fuel efficiency of trips. It is powered by Artery, but the agreement to opt into the data collection is in a small gray font under a big red button labeled Join Drives. Furthermore, the disclosure only informs that the driver that clicking Join Drives, they will share certain information with Artery and agree to its hyperlinked privacy statement. And to be as clear as possible, this is what it would look like in the Gas Buddy app. In order for you to actually opt in, you would have to hit Join Drives. I have not hit it. I'm not interested in hitting it. I'm not taking a hike in my auto insurance rates just because some tool wants to track me. Although I will say this, if they start to hike my insurance rates after I downloaded the app, how bad would that actually be? Because I didn't opt into into it, but we could find out if they sold my data that way. Talk about finding a good reason to sue a company for data sharing. The apps essentially double dip on their users, first by charging them a subscription fee, then by selling their driving data to car insurance companies. Consumers know about the cost of the subscription. However, most are unaware of how much information the data brokers and how much of that data may cost them in their insurance rates. Tell me I'm not interested in your subscriptions now without telling me I'm not interested in your subscriptions now. Because I'll tell you what, I already hate a lot of subscription services, but in this case, I would absolutely despise this. If you don't like the idea of your car insurance company spying on your driving habits, you should avoid apps powered by Artery or all driving related apps altogether. Meanwhile, us gig workers realizing how much we're already spied on by our own gig companies. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. The problem with any story like this, factually accurate, 100%, not good for us at all, for sure. But also, there's the other side to that. How much are we being tracked already? Like, here's the reality. Like, our phones are listening to us. Our computers are listening to us. Unless you plan to live a totally off-grid life, there's no real avoiding the overall prospect of data sharing. Now, thankfully, we don't necessarily need Gas Buddy in order to save on money. And there's things like Upside that could save you money too. But are they tracking us? Probably. I'm not really sure. At this point, you kind of have to accept that there's a good chance that some app that you've downloaded has probably added something to their TOC to allow tracking to you. It just sucks when everything else goes up in price because of that. Now, that said, I don't know anything else about Life 360 or My Radar, but if you do stumble upon an app and you see the name Artery somewhere, don't. Probably a bad idea for you. Also, you're paying for them to increase your prices. How bad is that? Like, sure, there are probably other services within Life 360, My Radar, and Drives on Gas Buddy, but is it worth it? No, not at all. Like I said in the last video I made about this specifically, do your best to drive safely and don't give them any more opportunity or reason to raise your insurance rates more than you already have. If you guys also want to email me about something happening in your market, my email is drivenwyld@gmail.com. Feel free to email me there, and who knows, maybe you'll get a shout out in a video as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.